Alrighty, welcome back. It's a late night and I'm still trying to move the cars that are down below. This is not the last one, but it's getting close. This car is called the Bat Out of Hell. I built this car a long time ago, probably 10 years ago or more. I caused some damage on it, bringing it up. I rammed the roller in the back quarter panel there, caused some damage in that. The reason I caused damage in it is I can't get the hood open yet. I broke the hood latch down there. It's been run into by a four-wheeler in the front. A four-wheeler ran into the side of it. An old friend of mine was doing donuts and ran into the side of it. My brother left the door open one time, swung the door open too far and kind of smucked that up a little bit. Just one thing after another. A friend of mine that I stored it at hit the fin with the tractor. It's gone through the mill, it has. It's not this side, but the other side. Hit it with the tractor. Yeah. But I had a lot of fun. And now it's going to be time that I'm going to look after a little bit. I'm going to pull it in. I'm going to store it in here. We've got the heat on. We've got the dehumidifier going. Take all the moisture out of the air. The old car has collected some mold. This car's got a 440. Let's back it in and then we'll talk about it after that. If Jolene wants to watch me so I don't hit nothing, it's got fins on it like no other. I want to make sure the music's off in this truck. I got to make sure of that. No music, we're good. All right, I'm going to try to back this bad boy in. I'm not going to try to hit anything, hopefully. Hard to tell, not knowing. I'm going to roll my window down here for a second. How's everything look? Just going to stop it there because we got to pull it off. We got to have room to pull it off. Maybe I should pull out a little bit. I should pull out because you got to have room to pull it off, right? So I'll pull it out, straighten it up a little bit, and then we'll deal with it. Let's try with that, maybe. What do you think? That look good? Excuse me. That look good? So this car started out as a '60 Chrysler. I can't tell for the good from the bad to the good or the ugly. It's been a while since I've seen it. You can. What's that? Yeah, we'll try to pull it off. Jolene's put me to work. She said, "There's enough of that. Just get it off. Shut the door and get it off." All right, that's what we're gonna do. And put some gloves on. That's good and tight, that's for sure. Out. Oh. Gotta hook the battery up. There's what can I say? There's orders of procedure, I guess. Orders of procedure. Yeah, I'm just going to let off that a little bit. Don't know if it's going to do me any good or not, but. Now. Then we're on there. I just want to get the jack. Watch your toesies, Fina. Alrighty, let's take this off. Jolene's by my side all the time. And Fina. You know something? Sometimes I go in the house, I'm quite tired, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And the reason being is, what do you get out of life if you don't work? Like what basically, or work until it's dark. You know, what do you get if you don't work? Huh? I'm gonna just get it leaning back a little bit. It's worked good. This car's been lowered in the back. That's what caused the damage in it, getting it on this trailer. We're close on both sides, like we're just an inch. Like, ugh. Not sure if I'm even gonna get it up where I need to get it, but I'm gonna have to get it up where I need it and get it off. There's no other way about it. I don't care if I have to lift the wheels off the back of the truck. I gotta get it up in the air. Oh, then we're loose now. Good. Absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. I want to loosen them straps off. This car's lowered in the rear, so if I cause damage getting it off, you'll know why. The exhaust on the side is live, so it means that it's real, it's not fake, and it's some loud. That is when I get it, the hood open so it runs. You know, that is when that happens. I think that's fine. We'll just leave them in there. Man, I love piling the work on, don't I? Look at that now, with your nails on the trailer. It's the perfect thing to have on trailers, nails. This thing is a new, no. Got it in park. I'm going to put it back on, tow it back up the trailer a little bit. Just let it, bring it back up a little bit. No, in. There we go. I'm hoping that's enough. I get it out of park. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. What's that? I do need that. Sorry. Yeah. Thanks, baby. That's why I got you around. You're smarter than me most times. Alrighty. I wonder if we're going to be able to get off that ramp. Let's let it out, see what happens. I'm hoping that it rolls down. Yeah, baby. Alright. Now, I got to take a look here for a second before I mess something up. We're awful close on this side. Now, I gotta get over top of that. Remember that? That part where it comes over top of that? I'm just gonna wheel the wheel just a little tiny bit. Front tires, but down. Now, I wonder if I can get that. I wonder if that'll roll over. I hope so. Hope so. Nope. I knew it. Damn it. This is where the damage becomes involved. Is it coming over? It might. Oh, Jesus. Huh? Just not enough, eh? And let it back out. I wonder if you come press the button and I'm doing some shoving. Man, I don't want to hit nothing or cause more damage. It's just so, you know, what can I say? Damage is not what I want to do, but, you know, damage is not what I want to do. Yeah. Ah! Nope. Nah, well, what I'm thinking is, I want to just check it out here a little bit. Probably should be hooked on in case it takes off. You know what I'm trying to tell you. Do you want to come up and try to give me a push? Give me what you got, won't you? Put your feet up against it. Well, there we go. We got her. Woo! Thanks, baby. You're the best. Just think if that wasn't hooked up, we'd have had a problem. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm just going to keep letting it off, I guess. It worked. Good. Out. Exhaust? Huh? Man, I'll tell you. It's not hitting yet, but I'm not saying it's not going to. If you know what I'm trying to tell you. I think if I pump the front wheels up, it might be a little bit better, but alright, I'm going to let some more out. See what happens. Tell me you hear any crunching. That side over there is the closest if you want to get it. How's it doing? Now, it is, what can I say, what it is, it stopped. So, what I'm thinking is, what? It will here in a second. What? No, no, it's pretty dang close there, isn't it? I gotta cut that wheel over. Huh? Yeah, but I just need to turn this. Get that turned over. It's just that little tiny bit right there, I'm thinking. We'll let it out. Watch the other side, sweetheart. Going okay? You know what I don't like? Is that the cable that I got going on there, it's not on there the greatest. And I don't want the front wheel to come off. After I'm done moving all these cars, maybe I can get a tow truck driving company hire me on. Huh? What do you think? It's coasting. What I'm scared of is that thing, this cable coming off. All right, this is what I'm going to get you to do. I'm going to get you to come over here. You're going to press out on that. I'm going to keep the tension on the cable by pushing the car, if you don't mind. And meatloaf was one of my favorites. Like the bat out of hell! I knew that was going to happen. You want to do the honors? Yeah, a little bit, yeah. No, I want you to push me. Help me push. Just get up over top of that. We don't want it to take off, I don't think. Nothing behind us too much, is there? If it starts to take off, I'm going to run for it. I'm going to jump off the trailer and get behind it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Well, that's going good. It's going good. It's going good. We got the wheels right off the truck. You notice that?
Yeah.
I got them. Success! Only damaged it once. Oh, shit. Had a lot of fun in this car. Made a lot of memories in this car. I don't know how good they are, but I made some. You can tell I smoothed off the bumpers. That means it's got no bolts holding the bumpers on. We had a flat tire on the trailer when we hauled it up. One tire was up, one was down. I hauled it up anyways. I did. I just went slow, probably 10 miles an hour. Probably 20 miles an hour. We're just down the road a little ways. I did. Jolene gave me a great idea. We used this insulation on. I put that away and I got to use that to pull that damn thing in. Jolene's gonna come here and do this for me because she's my lady. Huh? And then we'll pull the trailer and get the heat rocking and rolling again. I'm gonna unhook that first. Obviously. If you want to pull it in, if you want to open that door, do you just slide it back? Then just tell me which way to go, right? Just throw her back, it doesn't matter. This way? Awesome. It's been a godsend having this when we bought this. We haven't gone and seen Mr. Sanford since, but we'll go see him sometime. We got to haul that thing out of there. But it's been a godsend hauling the cars up. We're just down the road, so we just kind of snuck the trailer up and back. I'm going to let that down and pull this out. It's so nice to have the shop now with the cars in it. Now I can spend a lot of my time fixing, repairing, cleaning, and getting things back in order to look after things. What happens is if you're building cars, you have to have a place to put them. Like to build a car and not have a place to put it, you're really working backwards, and I've done that a lot because I didn't have the opportunity to build something. So we'll move this out and we'll shut the door. Only damaged it once. Jeez. Oh well. A lot of these magazines, I used to go through these magazines all the time. I got them here, a couple in the back of the truck. Car Culture Deluxe and Old School Rods. Used to look through the magazines non-stop to find out and to see what other people are doing, to find out what you like and what you do not like. So basically I would look through these magazines. I got a bunch up in the washroom. I look through them all the time. And what I do is I look through them and I look and see what I like and what I don't like. Look at that. Actually that's a Canadian car. Dana LeBlanc owned that car. I remember when he had that car in primer, and I think he sold it or did something with it. Watch yourself, sweetheart. But that's a Canadian car, and it was a cool looking car. But what I would do is I would go through the magazines, and that's what I would tell anybody that's doing this sort of stuff. Go through the magazines, see what you like, or go through the computer nowadays. It's just the computer has gone and basically took over. Go through the computer and go through magazines, whatever you need, and it'll show you all the cars out there, and then you just pick and choose what you like and what you don't like and just go for it and do your own thing. It's just like being a human being. Take what you like from somebody and throw away the rest, and that's basically what I do. But I've always been that person that was never really cared what anybody else thought. I kind of just did my own thing full time. Didn't care. I always wanted to be me, and that's who I am. But this car is a 60 Chrysler I started with. The headlights were not canted. They were a dual headlight car across the front. It had a bunch of repair on the top of the fender, and a bunch of and I'm making excuses why I customized it, but it did. It had a bunch of repair on the top front fender, had a bunch of repair there. And I just decided that I wanted to try to become a customizer. We have the Way to Heaven over there. That was the first one, and then basically I just moved on to do the next one, and this is it. I made the whole front end, put single headlights in it. These are doorknobs off of kitchen cupboards. It's kind of perforated metal that I drilled to put in there. The paint job I just come up with on my own, just kind of taking what I like and what I don't like. The roof, what I did in this car, I cut the roof in half. The roof used to come way back towards the trunk lid. It's one thing I didn't really like about this car was the back window. I didn't enjoy it a whole bunch. So I ended up cutting the roof in half and moving the roof ahead. Did not chop it, did not have foresight back then, you know, when I first started, how to get that window cut without going into a bunch of windows, costing a bunch of money. It had a good window in it. I didn't want to go there because I had spent my money on the car, and I spent every cent I had to get the car, and then I cut the roof off it. It's almost sick to my stomach. But what happens is I cut the roof off, shortened it up. Once I cut the roof and shortened it, then I really had to go for it because I just ruined something that was a driving car. And it was, you know, sort of valuable and half not, but it was. These are two van doors, the side van doors off a Chevy van. I was in a junkyard at Whitney Levy's place, and he said, go ahead, take them. And I took the doors, cut the tops off them. I made a section for the back to put them two windows in. The sail panel in the back I had to make. I kind of sunk it down with the bead roller. The bar going in the middle would be a piece of exhaust or a piece of pipe, and then I cut a piece of, quite a thick piece of metal in the middle there, probably 3/16 probably up through the middle, cut a bunch of holes in it and went up through the windows there, just kind of making something different. The fins on this car was a round piece of 5/8, I'm guessing 5/8. I welded it on top of the door, and then I just walked it back and give it kind of a nice grade. Oh, there's where the tractor hit. A nice grade that I liked. And then I just studded it up with ramrod. And then I got to the English wheel for the very first time. That's when I made my first English wheel and rolled out a fin, because I never had anything to roll a piece of metal that long. I never even had a roller then. But I went and made myself an English wheel. It's just two bearings and a wheel, or one bearing and a wheel. And I wheeled that piece. So I welded all the way along here, where it was in that groove, and then I come up top here and weld on the 5/8 ramrod. And when I ground it off, it really looked nice because it was a nice piece of metal. I did not do the fin on the door and then the fin on the car because I said before, I just welded there and went all the way back and made one piece. And I never got to cut the doors open until I was ready, till I sheathed it. Then I cut the doors open and opened the doors. So I didn't make this and then make that. I made it all one and then cut it open. So we made that, the fin on it. The fin, it had fins on it before, but there were baby fins compared to what we have now. Smaller fins. It had a nice tail in it. I still got the tail lights. I wish I would have taken the tail lights and cut the housing off on the inside so I could have used them on something else. I did not cut the housing off on the inside. It's still there. I just kind of went over top. Does not matter, but I wish I would have kept them. This here is just kind of something to match what's going on up between the windows, a little bit, a few holes. If you've got something that you don't know what you're doing with it, or you want to make a little nice, drill a few holes in it. That's exactly what I did. I said, if you're stuck, I'll put it in there and I'll hook it on. There's one for Ford, and there's one for Chevy, and there's one for whoever. But basically, I just drilled some holes and made that look the way I thought it should look for what I'm doing. The bumper, I took all the holes, or all the bolts off the bumper and welded them all up and got that bumper chromed. So on Elvis, I did the exact same thing. I welded all the holes up, welded all the creases up, and then I got it chrome. I did the exact same thing on that bumper. I got some 50 Pontiac taillights in there, and the original backup lights, and all I did was make a can, cut a hole in there and shoved that can in there, and then welded the can on, cut the can off, and then welded it in there. It was pretty just a basic thing, because that's not where the taillights were. The taillights were up here. The trunk lid, I just shaved it off and got rid of all the chrome and whatever was on it. I can't really recall. I think there was a big tire thing on it one time, and it had a Continental kit on it. On the bottom of the car, I had to make all of the bottom here where the exhaust pipe was. It was kind of distorted and not very good, what I remember. You have to recall, this has been a long time ago. No door handles. The door handles have been forgotten because this took place of the door handles. They were gone. The roof was flaked. We got some bad Chad flexible chrome. I took what I like off of, I see this coming off. I took what I liked off a 56 Ford. It was one of my favorite cars. They had this look going on that went over the roof. I kind of, you know, I used it to my advantage of what I liked. This is a piece of stainless, mirrored stainless, and I took the bead roller and I rolled 3 lines in it, and then I made that piece that went up over the roof. There was a lot of work going on here where I put that roof in there. I left the roof where it was, and then I put the 2 back windows in. There was quite a bit of work there to get that rock and roll and getting it right. I liked everybody when I was looking in the magazines like this. You have to remember, like, you don't have to remember. I'm going to tell you, I never really started customizing anything until 10 years ago, 12 years ago, or maybe, how long's it been? Probably 15 years ago, I did the bodywork thing, and the reason because, you know, I wasn't satisfied at all the jobs that I had, or they weren't satisfied with me, one or the other, but I had to come into something, and when I found customizing, Gene Winfield, I think it was 2008, I met Gene Winfield at a roof chopping course, and that's when it took off in my head. Man, I can do this. I really like this. Because to me, everything I ever done before was take the rust out of it, get all the rust out of it, clean it up, put it back the way it was, paint it, and make it best you can. After I met Gene at the roof chopping course at 2008, it was, wow, I was in a new atmosphere. Never, because this sport is not around Nova Scotia. It's not around. Like when I started cutting cars up like this, like I was the stupidest, dumbest young person in Nova Scotia when I started cutting cars up. But that's what I wanted to do. And like I said before, it made me happy. So I was not stopping no matter what anybody said. Did not matter. Did not matter. I just did what I wanted to do. But when I was looking through the magazines, I seen a lot of cars, they had the pipes coming out the side. And I wanted to do 2 pipes. You know, I seen, you know, they had a pipe running out and had a front come out and had an end on it, but I wanted to do 2 pipes, and I wanted to make it live. So this has got a straight exhaust on it. One is a faker. The real one is on the outside. You cannot hook a fake, well, you can, because I did, but what happens is when you hook a faker to a real one, they twist and go on. When I get this car nice and hot and making her work, them pipes will come about that far off that rocker panel, and then because the cold pipe and the hot pipe are doing 2 different things, and that hot pipe is the one that's moving. This is, I just kind of made a cover for 2 pipes instead of 1 pipe. That's what I did, because I always seen the cars with 1 pipe. I'm going to do 2. I also welded the fenders on. You can see how it's got that look down there. The fenders are on there for good, because that's what I wanted. I wanted that smooth look. The flames are kind of cartoony, not, you know, I did all the flames, all the paintwork. Just kind of, yeah, I just wanted the flames to look not real, but yet whatever. And I want to do a little bit of everything. You know how the Challenger had that, so I got that off the Challenger. On the back, I wanted to put a little bit of scallop in it, because the cars I see in the magazines had scallops in them. I seen flames on them. I got a scallop down there. I just kind of was taking everything and throwing it at this car. Like I said, the metal flake, the roof, the front end, you can see I made my own headlight system, my own front end, deleted the bumper. This car has a 440 in it with a cross ram, 2 4-barrels. It works really good. It's got an automatic in it. It works really good. Can't get the hood open to show you because I broke the hood latch. It's been in poor atmosphere for a long time. The fins in the back, like I didn't know, you know, I had all the flames on the outside. I had some checkers going on the outside. You can see here where my brother left the door open as I was taking off or backing up or something. The door come up and hit and whacked it there. You can see I run into a curb or run into something down here. On the other side, an old friend of mine, I guess, run into it with a 4-wheeler, smucked it up there. I smucked it up back there, loading it on the trailer. Another place I stored it over there, run into it with the tractor. It's had its going over, believe me. It's got a 440 in it with a cross ram. It's got the bubblegum dash in it. It really works good. It's got a chandelier in it. Snoop Dogg, I see it's kind of coming down there now. It's been a while. Chandelier, Snoop Dogg had a chandelier or disco ball in his car, so I thought I'd put a chandelier in this one. The roof line, if you want to get down, so here, the roof, I had nobody to make a roof liner in this car. So what I did is I glued black carpet up in there, and that's that bad Chad flexible chrome and all the ribs on that car. And when people get in this car, they say, wow, what a nice interior. It's not so nice right at the present moment because it's got a little bit of mold going on. But in the inside of the interior, the roof and all that stuff, I just kind of run the thicker molding with the black in it. You can see it back there with the window. I just kind of did my own thing, and it worked out nice. It worked out nice. I wish I could get the hood open to show you because it's probably one of the most coolest things about the car. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's got the cross ram with the 2 4s in it. But it's quite a car. I had cheater slicks on the back, and this sucker would ring the windows out of any house. If I come on to her, I used to come up the Monument Hill coming in Canning. I'd jump on that thing, and I know Foodland would shake. I know it would. But it's been a long time since I've driven it. I've actually got it here in the building. I'm so happy that I've got it here. Now it's time to pick away at it, clean it up, and go for it. Like, subscribe. See you later, buddy. Have a good one.